Alright, now that I'm finally over COVID and back to work and everything, I can finally talk about what I've been doing in this game, why I've set my characters up the way they are, and everything else. So let's see. Yes, I'm still a little congested, so forgive my voice if it sounds so funny. Let's get started. Okay, Denim. He is a knight currently, because I want him to be able to heal and recruit people while being fully armored and able to take a hit and blah blah blah, and able to use his one-handed sword skills. So that's pretty much why he's a knight. Light, or me, this is pretty much the character representing me. Any game that I can, I will always pick two-handed swords as my main weapon, so this being me, obviously I'm going to have a two-handed sword. Hell, I am a Terror Knight because I like being able to have the drain, life drain abilities, kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics, with the Dark Knights. Terror Knights are a little different though. Their job is to spread fear amongst the ranks of the enemy, to basically make them more inaccurate and have weaker attacks. Terror Knight is also the same thing as a knight. It has Rampart Aura, which, as you can tell, it literally makes it so that nobody could go past them to get to the troops behind them. These guys are basically a wall. That's what Terror Knights are. They are meant for forming walls, essentially, on the field. They spread terror, they do life drain abilities, and they look badass while kicking ass. And they're also their other main stat is agility. They're supposed to be focused mainly for dodging, but because of Tactics Reborn and everything being the way it is, I'm not really sure how they are operating quite yet. Obviously we have Light, we have my girlfriend who has a flail and a crossbow. She's the only female Terror Knight I have. There might be one other one I might add, maybe two more tops. One to represent my mom, and there's one other friend, but Rhea is my girlfriend. I usually, if I'm doing manual battles, I'll usually have Light and her to cover. Light will be on the front lines. She will be covering him with the crossbow from far away and swooping in to finish off enemies after they've been weakened. What makes her unique is she is the only knight that will ever have a flail and a crossbow at the same time. Like, Trio, this is my stepfather. Trio stands for Tom and Renee. It's our love. It's our love being their main song. That is their song that they got together to. That is his gamer tag. It will always be Light is my gamer tag. It's just how it is. That is my stepfather. He is also two-handed, just like me, slept exactly like me. Life drain abilities, paralytic wave to paralyze enemies, instill shadow to make the dark attack more powerful, so forth, so forth. One other ability every Terror Knight I have is called Lament of the Dead. It frightens enemy units within 2 tiles of them with a chance of failure, but I mean something's better than nothing. I'm working with what they give me, and with this being a lot more limited than the older versions of the game, you can only do so much. I'm sure that more abilities will become available later on in the game, but right now I'm working with everything I can. Moving on, Jared. Jared Groff is one of the few people that I still talk to from my childhood in school. He and I graduated together, as well as Sam and Graham, who are also going to be 2 units I'm going to be showing you later. Jared is a big old redneck. So when I think of this guy, I think of a giant axe wielding, knocking people to the left and the right while he's charging through enemy lines, just beating the hell out of them. And so thinking about Jared like this, I made him go with 2-handed axes as his main weapon. He will probably be the only Terror Knight to have a 2-handed axe build to him. He has pincer attack. Pincer attack makes it so that if you and an ally are on opposite sides of an enemy, if an ally attacks from one side, then if you attack from one side, the ally will attack from the other. It's like a flanking pincer. You both attack from opposite sides to do double damage. It's really cool. I would have it on every unit, but you only have these 4 slots, so you gotta make do. Rampart Aura is definitely a must-have. If I have to pick between Pincer or Rampart Aura, I'm going with Rampart, which is why Rhea has Rampart instead of Pincer, because crossbows and hammers take up 2 over slots. That's alright, it makes her character truly unique. Jared's character is truly unique because of the axe, and the fact that in real life, he's one of my best friends, and his unit also pretty much looks at me as someone that can do no wrong, and I think that's so freaking cool because it's so true to real life. If anything would happen to Jared or anything would happen to me, we would definitely be there for each other in a heartbeat. So I think it's amazing I was able to incorporate him, and the same goes for Rhea and my stepfather. It's amazing that this game allows you to rename units and customize them to your own play style. Voltaire. Voltaire is actually one of the few named generic characters in the game, meaning that you will always get Voltaire in the game, no matter what. He starts out with a hammer and shield, so I just sort of kept his original getup. He has a flail and a shield, and I just sort of let him do his own thing while making him have Rampart, Pincer, Lament of the Dead. Pretty straightforward. Again, another wall, but there's not much more I can say about Voltaire. Everyone that plays this game, unless they choose not to accept him, will have Voltaire within the very first chapter of the game. So, good unit, love the guy. Obviously, he's gonna be a Terror Knight, even if he is more lawful. That said, Augustine. This guy was actually the first Terror Knight that I recruited on the battlefield before making anyone else a Terror Knight. I think, it's actually one of the videos before when I wasn't voicing over because I was still dealing with COVID, couldn't talk, Augustine, good unit. At first he hated my character, now he backs my every decision, so, like, he looked at me with cold eye, like with a death stare at first. Now he backs my every decision, can't complain. Alright, Campus. You get Campus within the first chapter of the story. Pretty straightforward. He's a Vartan, which means he's good with bows and axes, and he's very agile. I have two other units that I actually recruited from the enemy, which are Graham and Sam, that are also winged. They can become Vartans, but I chose to make them rune fencers instead, because I needed two more healers. So while Vartans can't use healing magic, rune fencers can use healing and damaging magic. They can have spears, swords, or crossbows. Give that to Sam. Sam and Graham, again, they both went to school with me. They both graduated with me. Sam even went to Votech with me and Jared. Graham, something went down in school where he wasn't able to get into Votech. I don't know the details. I don't know if it was just because he didn't want to go, or if the school system and him just didn't get along that way. I don't know. Either way, though, Graham has definitely been a crucial part of my life. Sam and Jared, love him to death. Graham and I, for a while, got really, really close. Like, I've actually visited him in real life a couple times at his house, met his fiance, and, well, Sam has met up with me and Graham at his place a couple times. Jared, Sam, Graham, and I kind of make a group of four. We all talk on Facebook, and at some point we all want to meet up to get drinks or whatever, but for right now we just make do with what life throws us. But I am so glad I can incorporate all my friends into this. I have one friend named Abigail. I might be incorporating it. I just need to find the right type of character to resemble her. And because I have Tom, or Trio, my stepfather, I feel I should try to incorporate my mom in some way, so that, you know, they're together, but I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. That is the consistency of my team. It's these three flying types and the Terror Knights. This entire top row is my main team. Alright, moving on with the story. Usually I want to recruit people, but in this case I can't go anywhere. I'm trapped, so I'm just trying to get to an area where I can maybe find a dungeon or something that I can go into, and then maybe I'll recruit from there. So, let's try and move forward. Scout out the map, see what the heck I'm up against. Looks like a Dark Knight. No, it's Terror Knight. So I'm up against a special skinned Terror Knight, a bunch of priests. I'm talking a shit ton of priests. And two archers. Fuck it, let's do it.
I had hoped to avoid the attention of the Resistance, and the battle that must follow. Alas. High Commander, we'll essay to hold them here. Withdraw to Sonji.
A Golgostani commander turn his back upon the enemy? Never.
No, my Lord Gatialo. You cannot throw away your life here. Galgaston needs you alive. Return to our holdings at Koritani, there to reform our lines.
You are but a band of Archaeotros. They'll crush you.
We are prepared to die. We have always been so. Besides, you're in no condition to fight. You wouldn't reopen wounds so freshly closed and ruin our work, would you?
Then I shall take especial care not to die.
Let down your guard at your own peril, Wallister. We are proud warriors of Galgastan, and we will fight to the last!
I don't want to kill the Terror Knight if I don't have to. Honestly, let's just get this battle over with.
Care, Denham. That Gatiolo is danger.
I mean, I shouldn't be underestimating them, but the fact that they're literally just priests kind of annoys me. However, if they know what they're doing, they could make this very difficult for me. Sorry about the coughing, y'all. Again, I'm done being sick, but I have to get this crap out of my lungs, so. Instill Shadow is an auto ability. Matter of fact, that and Limit Darkness are both auto abilities. I'm gonna check them out. Rare blade. Ooh. Well, hello there, beautiful. And what are you? Alright. Meditate brings up magic abilities, charges them a bit. Again, it was mainly to keep them as healers, not to make their spells more powerful. Is there a paralyzed book? Nope.
run. Live. Avenge us.
The killing of soldiers is one thing, but to slay Archaeatros with such abandon... The Wallister are a plague upon this land. Blood...
Well, fuck. I tried.